Welcome back into WDHN Daytime. This morning, a flooding-prone community in the Wiregrass is continuing to fight for justice after the expansion of Highway 84, where it caused flooding in homes. And currently a leader in the Shiloh community, Tim Williams, is here to tell us a little more about it on Daytime. Thanks for coming on.
Yeah, thank you for having us here,
So this has been a very, very long fight up to this point, and it seems like it's really getting some gears going even now after so many years. But just this is the expansion of AlDOT on a highway that has caused flooding problems within homes in the Shiloh community.
Definitely, definitely. It's been going on for 6 years, and we're getting ready this year. When this year's out, it'll be the 7th year. And I've been telling people, no community should have to endure what we've endured for 7 years of elevated highway, 4 stormwaters, main gas line less than 10 feet away from a sinking home. House is sinking, and if the house hit it, God forbid, it will blow up the community.
And it's a concern that has grown not just locally, not just at the state level, but now this is a national concern because the Department of Transportation, Pete Buttigieg, he has come down, he has seen the area, and that was a couple of months ago. Right. And it's you can't get state help, but you're getting national people to come and see. But where does the conundrum come when there's still not as much progress as there needs to be? Yeah,
and because time is of an essence. We say the clock is clicking, right? And this administration is about to go out less than 20 days, right? And so, like you said, Secretary Pete came. And when Secretary Pete came, he was able to see what the community was dealing with. He saw the sinking homes. He saw the gas line. He saw all of these things, and he began to talk with the national station, ABC News. And one of the things that he said was that nobody in the Shiloh community should have to go through what the Shiloh community citizens have been going through, and that he's going back to work with tools that he has to help the Shiloh community. Well, it's been almost 9 months now, and only thing that we got was a VRA, which was a volunteer resolution agreement, that would only cover the highway, US Highway 84, and the flooding, but it did not target the damaged homes, the homes that are sinking, the roofs that is cracking for over 6 years. And so that's why the fight is continuously, we're constantly fighting because the VRA fell short to address, the homeowners' property and homes in the Shiloh community.
And I like what you said with time being of the essence, because even though Secretary Buttigieg has gotten down here, it seems like there's not nearly as much action as there needs to be. But with time being of the essence, the community itself has taken that into their own hands. And even to get Pete Buttigieg back on the talking table, I went up to Cleveland to him and to talk to him. How did that go?
Well, it was the community leaders and the Bullitt Center, and we had the Sierra Club. The Sierra Club sponsored it. And so we went to Cleveland, hoping that we're going to get a seat in the room, that we're going to be able to talk with Secretary Pete Buttigieg. That didn't happen. We put in asking to come to Washington, D.C. to meet with Secretary Pete Buttigieg about the VRA and about making the people whole and fixing the situation, addressing the situation that's in the Shiloh community. That didn't happen. So we had to end up going to Cleveland. And then when we got to Cleveland, now we were able to talk with different people, different churches. Elizabeth Baptist Church invited us in on Sunday. We was able to, let them see and let them hear what is going on. We also had ABC News from New York. Jared was with us, and we were able to bring awareness there, and that church got on board with us. And then the United Church of Christ, the national head office there in Cleveland, got on board with 4,800 churches, bringing awareness to the whole world, letting people know this is real. This is an environmental injustice situation that needs to be taken care of, and it's an emergency situation. So we were able to also gain momentum with other people joining forces. But with Secretary Pete Buttigieg, he was able to talk to Jared with ABC News, and he told them that the Shiloh community did not create this problem. You know what I'm saying? And then he also addressed my daughter and told my daughter that, hey, we understand that the Shiloh community did not create this, and we know that ALDOT created this and put us in it, and they got to fix it.
So where has the communication gone with Kay Ivey? Is it just out the window?
Yeah, it's out the window with her. I've contacted her office many a times, constantly calling, trying to get the governor to come down and see the problem in Shiloh. Because you are our governor, you know, why should we have to go outside of the state to get help when we have a governor here and senators and congressmen, you know, that represent our community? And so Governor Kay Ivey just turned a deaf ear to us. You know, it was like, don't bother me, or she's not interested. Every time I call, talk to her scheduler, they talk about trying to put us on the schedule. It never happened.
So now the eyesight turns to January 20th. With a new administration coming in, Pete Buttigieg would assumably be on his way out. And does that bring on another challenge, or how does that bring on another challenge for the community? Is it to get in contact with the new transportation secretary and possibly start a relationship with them to possibly work with the new administration? Well,
we're hoping that it does not go into a third administration.
Absolutely.
You know, we've already been through 2 administrations, and now this 3rd administration, we're going to be back in the hands of President Trump. It started under the Trump administration. And so we're hoping and praying just before Secretary Pete Buttigieg go out that he would honor the cry, that he would do a binding written agreement stating not only fixing the highway, but to fix the homeowners' homes and their property, you know, for 6 years, you know, and they'll do that. The communities do that because the community did not create this. Because if he does not do that, the community is going to be left with all the damages, trying to take care of the homes, trying to prepare their properties. It's devastating. And the community has already lost monies, paid out monies out of their own pocket trying to stop this. And it's not fair because we're taxpayers. You know, I own 2 businesses, a cleaning business and a carry-out restaurant. I shouldn't have to come out of my pocket to fix something that the state created and put us in, and you know what I'm saying, and damage our properties and our businesses, you know, and our homes. Is not right, and you know, and it shouldn't be like that, you know.
What if the in this problem, in this fight, what if the insurance companies, have they said anything?
Oh wow.
Is that just a whole nother animal?
Oh man, yes. The insurance company came in and dropped our insurance. They did a report. They brought in a foundation engineer and everything. They came in, they paid them $7,000 to do the engineer report. And the engineer report came back showing that ALDOT, the state of Alabama, caused this problem. And so they pulled out. So now, even me as a leader and a homeowner, I don't have no coverage. I don't have no fire insurance. I don't have no homeowners insurance. I don't have anything now. You know, they took all of that because they said, we're not going to pay for something that ALDOT did. They took you from a flat land and put you in a bowl situation. So now it's a flooded situation. We've never been in a flooded situation. Everything was normal. But when they widened US Highway 84, it hurt the community. It put us on a bowl, and all the water is forced over there onto us.
So now this is coming down, and to really, it seems like it's either if Secretary Buttigieg can do something in the last 20 some odd days or not. And if that ends up being the case, do you feel like it's a restart?
Yes, it would be a restart, and it would be a terrible situation, you know, because the people have already been let down. You know, they've been promised this and that, and nothing comes out of it, you know, and working with the state of Alabama, they just want our property. You know, they want us out of there, but that property has been in our family since Reconstruction, since the 1800s, been passed down from generation to generation, and it's historical property, you know, and we shouldn't have to give up our property and let them take it from us just for pennies, you know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
And that's not fair. And so we're standing, and like I said previously on a lot of shows, is that we're not going anywhere. We're going to stand, you know what I'm saying? Because that property means a lot to us. It has been in our family since Reconstruction, and we're not going to let it go.
Yes, sir. Well, it's a fight that continues, and it's one that we'll continue to follow here on WDHN Daytime. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you.
Well, we do have more.